We always, Scott, love to have Derek in the kitchen, always kicking it up a notch, it seems.
Yes, sir, we got to, especially now that fall's coming back into spring. So one of the...
This is a great fall dish.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think that pheasant represents the beginning of fall, especially because back home, that's when we would start hunting the birds. Right. So this is one of the reasons why we're cooking this today. So
and really, before the turkey, this was the traditional Thanksgiving,
Yes,
right?
it was. This and lobster, actually.
Yeah, funny enough.
So what we have here, this is just a pheasant breast, lightly seasoned with kosher salt. I have a temp, so this is medium hot cast iron pan. What you want to do is lay it away from you because that fat, if it's too hot, it'll come right back in your face. Obviously, season the other side of the breast, and then just let that do its thing. With this, you do not want to flip it. It's almost like duck breast. You just want to cook it on the skin so that way it stays nice and crispy. What I have here, so the dumplings that we're going to be having today, is actually a matzah ball. Okay. So I knew that the Jewish holiday was coming up, and everybody's done gnocchi. We all love gnocchi, but this actually has the same texture of gnocchi, but it has a lovely flavor from duck fat that I put into it, parsley, obviously the matzah meal, and we actually have some of these finished steaming right over here so you can see how they get nice and fluffy. Yeah. And then what we do is once they're done steaming, we add them into the stock from the bones from the pheasant, and then they plump up even more and just get nice and flavorful. Beautiful.
Now, should people be afraid of cooking pheasant? Is it a different fowl to cook than other, chicken or?
I would say the fear is that you can't be afraid to see a little pink inside the meat when you go eat it. Okay. So if you look at the pieces...
Different than chicken then?
Very different than chicken. So if you look at the pieces I've cooked, there's actually a little pink left inside of it, and that's how you want it. You want it medium. No, not medium rare, not like duck. You want it medium. Okay. And that's just the muscle structure. It allows you to do that.
And it has kind of a fatty skin like a duck might, right?
Absolutely.
So you need to kind of render that down. That's what you're doing there?
Yes,
and then what are you finishing it off in the oven?
Finishing it off in the oven. So nice crispy skin, and then finish it off in the oven just to make sure it cooks evenly through.
And what temperature do you use, and how long do you give it, that sort of thing?
I did it at 450 degrees for eight minutes. Hot oven. Okay. Hot and fast. Okay. The most important thing with any protein is just the resting time. So this has been nice and rested, and you can actually look inside of here, and you can see where there's a little bit of pink left, which is what you want to see.
But it's not like runny blood.
No, sir. Right. So we'll cut into it, and I'll give you guys a nice bias cut so you can see. Beautiful. See how it's just, it's not...
It's like you'd want to do a pork loin or
exactly. Like it's not medium pink. It's just just a little bit of color on the inside of that. So if we're keeping with tradition.
My mouth is watering even as we speak. Oh, I thank you very much. I won't say no to that. Yeah, yum. Yum, 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 yum.
And so the finished presentation, as you can see over here.
Wow.
I forgot to mention the foil or the base for the plate is a Mirepoix puree. Traditional Mirepoix, like I was saying, celery, carrot, onion.
But you do it a little untraditionally.
Well, this is the white version of it. So if you are a classical French chef and you're doing a white stock with like white veal bones, you would use white Mirepoix. And I just thought since, obviously, it's just such a beautiful color, but it has parsnips in it, which goes so well at the beginning of fall. So I just thought that that's what would taste much better with the pheasant. And so what we have here is this is sweat down leeks, celery root, and parsnips. And then we take that, puree it till it's silken smooth, add a little bit more butter in at the end, and that's it.
Nice. So, nice dish. Delicious, too. Pheasant might be a little tough to find, but I suppose you can shop around.
I sourced mine from Alpine Steakhouse. There you go. And if you give them plenty of notice, they have no problem bringing anything in for you. It is a little bit more on the expensive side. It's $20 a pound, but obviously you taste it. It's worth it. I mean, it is hand over fist the best poultry you can get.
Absolutely delicious. So moist and juicy and flavorful. It's great stuff. Recipes on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page, and everything will be there. Chef Derek, thanks so very much.
Thank you, John.
It's good to always have you in here.
Yes, sir.
Always do something a little different and neat and always tasty.
It's delicious.